name is Carmelene Churba. I live at 2820 Lincoln Drive, and I'm submitting written comments as well. But I would like to thank the supervisors for the opportunity to comment, and also I commend you guys for taking on the amendments in question. This is a good start, but I'm concerned that if you approve the amendment ordinance as is, business plans will be based on them, and it'll be difficult to, or impossible to change them after they've been put in place. Our Pennsylvania Oil and Gas Act's declaration of purpose states that the purposes of the act include protecting the safety and property rights of persons residing in areas where such exploration, development, storage, or production occurs. Also to protect the natural resources, environmental rights, and values secured by the Pennsylvania Constitution. As a mother of 4 children, 2 of which have asthma, I'm concerned the amendments in the act do not go far enough to ensure these purposes. For instance, compressor stations and processing plants are a permitted use in industrial zones and conditional use in both agricultural, residential, and residential urban areas. Isn't it true that in order to comply with the Oil and Gas Act, you only need to permit them in one zoning area? As both the industrial and RU areas are closer to the denser populated areas of both the township and the city of Williamsport, why permit compressor stations and processing plants at all in these areas? I'm also very concerned about the setback distances prescribed in the ordinance in section 3 under gas mill operations. The setback for compressor stations, processing plants, metering stations should be a minimum of 35 feet from all lot lines. I think it should be much further. At the chief compressor station in Mifflin Township, even at 9/10 of a mile, and I'm sitting in my friend's backyard, I can hear the compressor station humming. Compressor stations are permitted by the DEP for emissions, but they still emit pollutants. Why would anybody want their family subjected to industrial level toxic emissions only 35 feet from their property? Even though this is a conditional use, why codify such a close setback? Landowners may receive large payments for allowing or selling property for compressor stations that would place the units far away from their home, but close to the lot line and potentially the home of neighbors. Let's prevent these kinds of conflicts from happening now with better setbacks. I think the setbacks should be larger for schools, hospital, residential areas. I've seen setbacks as far as 1,500 feet in the Flower Mound, Texas ordinances. They just changed their ordinances. The population is about 70,000 people. It's pretty close to Lycoming County. And they have setbacks of 1,500 feet. With the drilling technique, they can go 7,000 feet out up to 2 miles. They don't need to be so close. And if you're measuring from the wellbore to the property line, if you look at that picture, look where that wellbore sits. It should be at the end of the pad and not starting at the wellbore. You're taking away a lot of feet from the person's property line that's just with the pad. For just general health and safety of our children, there should be larger setbacks for gas-related activities. You know, why get into battle over a conditional use near schools and hospitals and athletic fields and school playgrounds? Lastly, I worry about my property values should my neighbor decide to develop his property for oil and gas. I mean, what is that going to do to my property values living in a residential area?